Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for meeting me out here today. So today I figured it would be a perfect opportunity to test out some different splitting patterns that I have. I have a bunch of big maple rounds here that I bucked up that need to get split. They're about 32 inch rounds, tapering down to about 28 inch rounds and 16 inches tall. So I have a couple different splitting patterns here, mauls and axes. Your tried and true traditional hardware store axi maul. We're going to take a look at the Fisker's X25. I guess this is a splitting axe. And one of my personal favorites, the Council Tool 5-pound splitting axe. And then this guy here. You've probably seen this splitting head design before. I know there's some pretty expensive axes that come with this splitting head design, but I'm going to assume this is a Chinese hardware store or Lowe's or Home Depot copy, because it says to wear safety glasses, and I don't think the expensive German style heads that look like this say that. And I also found this head at a yard sale for $1, and I threw it on this hardware store handle. I haven't thinned it down yet, so it's still pretty beefy, but I'll get to that. But I did hang this for this video, so I didn't thin it down yet. I had a little issue hanging it. The eye wasn't too great, so who knows, this head might come loose, it might not. But I've been wanting to try one of these patterns out, because it seems like the guys that use these patterns say that they work really well. So I like to test that out today, especially on these bigger rounds. Also too, I got the Council Tool Pickaroon out here with me, giving me a hand. This is an absolutely awesome tool. I'm not saying you have to buy Council Tools Pickaroon, but if you have any Pickaroon, a vintage one from a hardware store, if you have the opportunity to use a Pickaroon, I definitely used to think it was an overrated tool, and then I got this one, and now I can't see myself without it. I'm always going to be using a Pickaroon. Super handy. All right, cool. I'm going to quit running my mouth. I apologize about the road noise. I'm only about 100 yards off the road, and this is a main road, and I have a stone supply right over there, so get a lot of dump trucks and things like that. So if it's kind of tough to hear me, I apologize. I'll try to speak up, but yeah, let's get to testing out and trying out these different splitting axes on these big old maple rounds. All right, guys, I figured I would start off with this head design. Like I said, been pretty excited to try something like this out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to split directly through the middle. Like I said, they are big 30-inch rounds, so I might have to, slab off the sides. Oh yeah, the head's already loose. what a bust. If anything, maybe we'll use it as a wedge. But from what I could feel, even though the head's about to fly off, it definitely feels like a solid splitting profile. It doesn't really get stuck, and I might just have to get in there with like a pencil grinder or whatever, and finish up what they didn't do and fix this eye. See if we can finish this round out. Kind of working in close quarters here. I have to move some of this stuff out of the way. It's a maul, guys. It does what it does. Tried to smash my finger into a log. I don't know how it happened, but it happened. All right, now let's take a look at the Council Tool 5-pound splitter. This is one of my personal favorite splitters. Obviously, I love my maul. It works great. And this is only a pound lighter, but on certain woods, you know, I definitely prefer an axe over a maul. Maul is very bouncy and can really get to the elbows after a while. So let's get after it with this. Yeah, probably not going to go after the middle with this. We'll start slabbing it off. Oh yeah, guys, if you're looking at my 5-pound splitter from Council Tool and thinking like it looks different than they normally do, it's because I put a 32-inch Whiskey River single bit curved handle in it. I had the 28-inch straight fallers handle in it, and it worked good. But on bigger stuff like this, a little bit extra leverage I figured would help going to like a 32. And I hate 36. I feel like it's awful. For any of you guys that have been watching the channel for a while, you know when it comes to chopping, I like my axes between 26 and 28 inches, 25 if you're talking about the Grand Spurs Scandinavian forest axe. But you know, we're not really doing crazy stuff with that axe anyway. But anyway, not to go off on a tangent. When it comes to splitting though, you know, having that little bit of extra leverage definitely helps. But I still don't like 36. So I figured 32 was the happy medium, and this is the first time I'm trying it with the 32, so I'm excited to test this one out as well. I think we got a big old knot on this side. Yeah, seems like it. Oh shit. Yeah, we do. You can see the indentation on this slab here, so we got a gnarly knot somewhere in here for sure. This might be a job for the maul. We'll see. That's where the maul shines, getting to that really stubborn stuff. It doesn't care. Woo! That one was all handle. Well, mostly. Oh yeah, that's good. All right, so we'll see if this one lasts through the day too. Yeah, there's definitely a knot going through this, guys. We're just gonna have to keep working out the corners. And then all these big slabs, we're gonna have to split into smaller pieces, because I imagine their wood stove isn't gonna accept this stuff. I'm not giving up on her yet, but we might need them all. We'll see. Definitely gonna need them all to get the axe out though. I'll be back. Trying not to whack on the handles too much, come loose. Go. That's right where that, look at the size of this knot. I don't know. Definitely picked a winner here, guys. They can't all be good. Alright guys, let's try out this little Fisker X25 here. I've never actually, I know it looks really used, but I've never actually used one of these. I found this at a yard sale for $5, so I figured, you know, what the heck, I'll give it a shot. So this is my first time using it. So I don't know how I'm going to feel about that plastic handle. I could tell right away, like, you know, definitely doesn't feel like a wood handle. It's not ideal, but, you know, people love them for a reason. Probably gonna have to slab this off too. A lot of this stuff has knots through it, so splitting through the middle like that's probably not gonna happen. A lot of times you see people do that, it's generally pretty straight grain lumber. And a lot of this stuff is pretty decent, but you know, you might have a knot right in here, it looks like. So, just because it came off the same tree doesn't mean it's all the same. So, try to slab some of this off. Alrighty guys, so here's my thoughts here. Now, I imagine every one of these tools is going to work excellent depending on the scenario. Now, I've been using the maul and the 5-pound council tool splitter in its 28-inch length variation for a while, and they're my go-to splitters. I love them. They work in most anything. Obviously, the maul is a bit heavier, it's a bit bouncier, but it's a maul. I've been using those for forever, and they haven't changed the design because they're good at what they do. Now, the 5-pound splitter is excellent. It's a little lighter and it's a little more slicey because it's, even though it's a wedgie pattern, it's still an axe, and that works excellent in most woods as well. But in today's scenario, hold on, we got a dump truck again. probably edit this out. But in today's scenario, it seems like it's going to be more work to use the 5-pound splitter versus using the maul. Even though the maul is bouncy and it's heavier, it's clunkier, it's packing a lot more energy into that split, and it's doing what it needs to do and not getting stuck. I'd rather deal with the bounciness and the bulkiness of the maul versus every swing burying a splitting axe and having to get it unstuck. To me, that's a little more like, I don't know how to explain it. That's a little more like a waste of energy and time versus dealing with a couple bounces and then all of a sudden it just comes down like a hammer and busts apart. I'd rather do that. Now on to the Fiskers. I could feel that this thing has the potential to be excellent, and I do see why everybody loves these. This is my first time using it. Obviously, I got it used. It's a little weird getting used to the plastic feel of the handle, but I'm not worried about it because it's a splitter. It's not gonna be out here chopping and stuff like that with it. And I really like the idea that I can leave it on the back of the quad, take it out in the woods with me and use it as a splitter even when I'm bucking up a tree with an axe. I don't have to go to town with my boy's axe on the ground and, you know, not saying that I'm super hyper aware and hyper like alert when I'm splitting with my boy's axe. Like if it does go in the dirt, it goes in the dirt. But now this isn't that heavy and it's not that awkward and big of a tool. I'll bring it out there with me and I'll make it my splitter for stuff like that, especially if I'm in like more of a rocky area, which you guys seen in past videos. There's some rocks and stuff, and I'd rather not, you know, nick up my boy's axe or whatever axe I'm chopping with that day. I'll bring that out with me. Like I said, it could live on the back of the quad, it could live in the truck, do whatever it needs to do. Now in today's scenario, just like the 5-pound council tool, I think this wood has it a little outclassed. So while I think it's going to be an excellent splitter on smaller wood, in today's scenario, it's not the axe of choice. Now, I do have high hopes for that sweeping pattern maul, that hardware store maul that is made by, you know, you could see Killinger posted a video, and I believe Stuart from the Urban Lumberjack posted videos about them. I forgot who makes them. It's a German company, but they have that head design, and they say they're excellent. So I really had high hopes for that head design. It's unfortunate the handle came loose so quickly because I feel like that would be the top dog in today's scenario. But with that being said, guys, I think most of the splitting is going to happen with the maul today. And then like rounds like this on the ground, like where we slabbed off, you know, instead of toting around the maul, I could just come in with here with the Fiskers and just bust this apart. It's a lot lighter, it's a lot easier to do that with, so you know that's going to get more use today, but that's where it'll shine on today's project. So, all right, I just want to show you guys here, got a lot of splitting done. I know my battery's getting kind of low, that's why I had it off for a while, but I've been using the 5-pound splitter by Council Tool. After I bust the rounds apart with the maul, at least in half, that Council Tool 5-pound splitter is an absolute laser beam. But you can see, oh, going down, a lot of this wood is just really gnarly, knotty wood. So, you know, this is more a job for a maul. Yeah, you do get some straight grain stuff when you could slab off the side, but pretty much all this stuff here is just a knotty mess. Here, I'm gonna show you guys this piece. You know, it's that kind of stuff I'm talking about. But once you have the circle compromised, you know, you get right in there with the 5-pound splitter, and she's just a laser beam. I love this axe. Oh, she didn't stick. Anyway, you guys get the point. Got a lot more splitting to do. Thank you guys so much again for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. But I just wanted to show you guys that, you know, just because all the wood came off the same tree doesn't mean it's all the same. This, if you guys are from Northeast area or Eastern Woodlands and you got this gnarly maple out here, I think it's sugar maple or silver maple, hard maple, I don't know what name it goes by, but man, it is some gnarly stuff to split, and it's also kind of gnarly to chop. I know Kevin can definitely attest to this. He's another Pennsylvania boy, and he always says this maple is not his favorite stuff. So there you go, guys. Nasty, gnarly wood,
but with the combination of tools we brought out today, getting the job done. So thanks again, guys. Catch you on the next one.